Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to set up Azure OpenAI Embeddings QnA. This repository allows you to upload documents on a website for which you want to enable the embeddings and connect it to the cognitive search plus Azure OpenAI, and you can ask the questions based on your documents. So instead of directly putting them into storage account, you can upload them through the website and it will be directly available. You can also delete those documents directly from the website. So this is a simple architecture diagram. So where users will interact with the model by asking their questions, and it will just look at the vector database and get some data, and also after retrieving some data from the vector database, it goes to the Azure OpenAI and generate the response from the on top of the retrieved value from the vector database. And on the other hand, it uses Azure Form Recognizer to retrieve your content from the documents that you upload. Currently, this model only supports PDF, JPG files, and text files. It doesn't support Word document, but you can modify this sample in order to support that. Also, it has multiple solutions. One of the solution is using Azure Cognitive Search as the vector database, and the one it uses Azure Cache for Redis Enterprise, and another one it uses Redis Search. So these three different solution it has. So I'll be just picking up the first one, Azure Cognitive Search, and you can just click on this single button to deploy the whole solution. So let me just guide you with that. Before filling those values out, let me quickly check if I already have an Azure OpenAI resource created for me so that I do not have to create it again. Okay, I do not have. All right. So select the subscription which has access to the Azure OpenAI. Then you can either create a new resource group or select the existing one. So let me create a new one. Select the region and also resource prefix. This will be used for all the other resources that will be created as part of this deployment. So this is my resource prefix. This name will be used, and here you can see how it is concatenating with search, plan, str, site. So basically JDBots QnA dash search will be used for the Azure Cognitive Search resource name, and similarly so on. I did find something that the free resource doesn't work, but we can quickly try that out now. And before trying that out, let me quickly check if I do not already have a free resource into my subscription. Okay, I do not have a resource. Let's select free plan for now, and then we can move ahead after that. And this one, hosting plan, this is really important. It doesn't support free plan or shared plan. This is the hosting plan for the functions. So I'll be going ahead with the B1 plan, the next apart from the free and shared. Then storage account name, website name, function name, application site, translator name, and Azure OpenAI name. So let's give a name. And if at all you already have an OpenAI resource created. You just need to give that resource name and also provide the OpenAI API key so that it directly connects to your existing resource. If you do not have an existing resource, you can leave this field blank and just give a name. And also, what model you're targeting. So I want to target the ChatGPT model. So here's a table which shows you the possible values of all those fields. So OpenAI engine, the default value it is having is text DaVinci 003. So I'm going to change that to GPT-3.5 Turbo. And since I'm targeting the chat GPT models, or I can say chat completions model, so I need to replace this text with chat. All the instructions are here. Open AI deployment type text for instruction engine, chat for chat based deployments. Okay, if you have access to GPT-4 on your Azure OpenAI subscription, then yes, you can use the GPT-4 as well. Currently, I do not have access, so I'll be just going with the 3.5 Turbo. And also, what embeddings model you are targeting, you can mention that. I'll be just keeping those fields as default and click on next. So I'm not pretty sure what should be the Azure Cognitive Search SKU. I have selected free, but yeah, let's see if it works for free, we are good. If it doesn't, we'll have to come back and change that to basic plan. Okay, let's create. It can take anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes or even more. If at all any error has occurred, it will show up here. Based on my current experience, I find that the cognitive search resource deployment has been improved. Earlier, it used to take around 8 to 10 minutes just for the cognitive search deployment, and now they have improved. It takes less than a minute for the deployment to happen. But yeah, it may vary subscription to subscription. So it's just my experience on creating these resources. I'm assuming all the resources have been created and now it is just running that deployment script for the website. So here's the code available and here is the front end piece. I haven't explored the code yet, but yeah, you can explore it. These are the APIs that will be deployed to the Azure functions. One of them is this one. Okay, let me show you the API documentation. That will be much better. So once you deploy this particular model, that also enables you to access the APIs from your custom application. And here's the documentation for that. Okay, so you can use a QnA API on your data exposed by the Azure function for batch processing. So this is the overall body parameters that it supports, and here's the individual example how you can call those APIs. If you're not using the history, then you can call the API using this. Basically your function batch processing function URL /API/API QnA, and in the body it's a JSON body, so just pass on your question. If you want to enable the history as well as in a chat mode, then you can pass on the history as an array. Yeah, so I'll be showing you how we can call this API through the Postman. Then you can easily incorporate those in your custom application. In the meantime, let me also prepare the Postman so that we do not waste much of the time after deployment. It's a post request. And also let me have a look at my Azure function so that I just copy the URL directly. Let's go to the resource group. Open my function app. Click on functions. And this is the one that is having the APIs, basically API QnA. You can also get the function URL from here. Yeah, you can get the function URL from here. Just copy and paste it here. Okay. And the body, it's a JSON body. So I'll be showing you both ways, with history and without history. All right, my body, JSON body is ready. So as soon as the deployment is completed and we upload our custom document, we are good. Okay, I have my document ready. It is on quantum computing. I copied it from ChatGPT. So I'll be uploading this particular document on the website, and also our deployment is completed. Let's go to the resource group. Open the app service. You can click on browse. It will take some time for the website to get restarted or get ready for working. And by the way, yes, it worked for the cognitive search on the free version. That means we can easily lower our cost. But yeah, the free version only supports 3 indexes. Let me also show you the pricing of that. Yeah, max indexes per service is 3, and you can only add one free cognitive search per subscription. If you already have a free cognitive search into your subscription, you cannot add one more. And the pricing goes on basic, standard test 2. All right, so let's wait for this to get ready. The website has been successfully started and we came across this error. So let's see, what does it say. It seems to be the line in your source code, and also the validation error. One validation error for OpenAI embedding root did not find OpenAPI key. So let's see if this deployment has created an OpenAPI key for us. No, it did not create. Not sure what happened, but the first time when I tried, it did create Azure OpenAI service, but now it did not. So let's create one with the same name that we have given. So where we can find the name? You can go to your web app. You can click on configuration. If you already have an Azure OpenAI service and you have mentioned the name as well as key, then you're good. It will work. Since it did not create a OpenAI service, let's see how we can fix that. So here's the API base. So this is the resource name that I gave during the deployment. That is JD Bots OpenAI Let me search OpenAI. Okay, and make sure you use the same region that you selected during the deployment, just to be sure that no problems happen after that. And next, and create. Okay, so once this will be created, I can just copy paste the key and paste it here under OpenAI API key. Currently the value is blank, and you can also see all the values that you have set during the deployment. This is the one place where you need to modify the configuration, and also you need to modify in the Azure functions. Let's see if we need to modify there as well. Let me also open the Azure function side by side so that we will change the configuration then and there itself. Open your function app, click on configuration. So the same configuration is valid for any number of functions that are available inside your functions settings. Okay, so here also you find API base as well as Open API key. Currently it is blank. Okay, the deployment is completed. If at all you create the Azure OpenAI service with a different name, make sure you change this OpenAI API base address as well. So currently we'll be just getting the key and edit, paste. Similarly for this one. And also make sure you save your configuration after you have made changes, and also make sure you restart the web app as well as the function app. Okay, both of them are saved, and let me restart the web app first and also restart the function app. And also let me quickly check if at all any other service that might be using the Open API key. I don't think so. Okay, that's all right. And one more important thing that you need to consider. First, go to your Azure OpenAI Studio, and you need to deploy the model that you have given during the deployment. In our case, GPT 3.5 Turbo. So I'll use create new deployment, select the model. Since I use GPT 3.5 Turbo and I use the same name as my deployment name, okay, and create. Along with the chat model, we also put the embeddings model into the deployment. So this also needs to be added. Okay. All right. So now let's see. Refresh the web page and see if it works. And also, I'm very amazed with the technology behind these web application nowadays. So it all uses Streamlight. So it doesn't require your web page to load. So everything will happen behind the scene. Yep, you can just try it out and explore this front end technology. I really find it very cool, and yeah, it's very powerful for large language models. All right, something is running and it all happens in the real time. So you'll not find the web page loading. So everything will be happening in the background on the single screen. Okay, so the first step, you need to check if your deployment is there or your LLM model is working. So I'll just click on check deployment. So LLM is working, embedding is working, translation is working, search is working. Perfect. We are good to go to the next step. Next step is you need to add a document. So here you can add documents, one document or multiple documents, so that I have it ready. And here you can see currently it supports PDF, JPEG, PNG and text files. Okay, once that is done, the process is running. It doesn't loads the web page. So yeah, everything is happening in the real time. It will try to create the embeddings and also convert my PDF to a text document. Basically retrieve all the content using the form recognizer, and it will try to convert into a text document. Okay, so now add it to the knowledge base. That's perfect. You can see your document from here, and here you can see converted as well as embeddings added. To cross check, you can go to your storage browser, go to your blob containers document, and here is the uploaded document and also the converted one. So it converted into a text document. Okay, perfect. And here you can see what all indexes are there, and also you can delete the embeddings. You can also delete the file, or you can delete all the embeddings. Okay, and let's see what all features it has. You can try it out your own custom prompts. Document summary, that's pretty cool. That's a really good feature of summarizing the document. Conversation data extraction, okay, and prompt exploration. Okay, these are some of the features that you can utilize. So yeah, let's go to chat and see how it works. Let's say hi to the bot. Okay, hello, how can I assist you today? Let me open the document and find out what questions I can ask. So let's say, what is qubit? Okay, it is replying with the answer and also the source from where it is coming. So if at all you have multiple documents, so that source will be appeared here. Okay, let's say create 10 question and answer pairs in a suitable format with 3 columns: ID, question and answer. So it should be intelligent enough to create a table for me. No, it is not that intelligent, but I did try this prompt and it worked for me. Create 10 question and okay, yeah. So without a specific topic, yeah. So basically, I need to specify like this. Let me copy this prompt, paste it here. Pairs from the given document in a suitable format. Okay. And also it takes time. If your response is large enough, so it will take more time for this to reply back. Perfect, perfect. So it is using Markdown format to format my table with 3 columns. So this is pretty cool and much powerful. And also now let us try our standard question. It should not reply with the response. Basically, it should not reply me with an answer. Who is the fastest man alive? So it should say that the information provided in the text does not answer to the question about the identity of the fastest man alive. So that confirms that it is not replying from outside the context or document. It is replying from our own documents. Okay, so the next part is running the API from the Postman. What is quantum computing? So this one is using without history. We will also try with history. During my test run, I did not find history very useful, but yeah, you can utilize that. Okay, so here's the question, here is the response, here is the context, and also here is the source. Okay, this works. You can now call this API from any of your custom application. And now let us try the second API with the history enabled. So I just need to pass the history. It's an array, and also it contains the array elements with a question. And what was the response? Currently I am doing this manually. Basically this needs to be handled by your application for managing state. Okay, so this is my history, and now let me ask the second question. Why do you think quantum computing uses qubits? Just a random question that I am asking. Okay, qubits are used. Not a big fan of this. But yeah, we can. Okay, I think that should be fine. You can experiment with this history enabled, non-history, and yeah, incorporate this API call into your application. All right, thanks everyone.